Prieteni, stăm de vorbă cu Zeljko Kopic, antrenorul confirmat al clubului Dinamo, căreia îi mulțumim pentru interviul acordat. Thank you, Mister, for talking with us and granting us this interview, also on accomplishing your objective from the moment that you came to Dinamo.
Yes, finally we meet. I think last our interview was in Turkey, like
Turkey, right?
like bigger one. Did we have
Yes.
something? But there we
In Constanța, before you started the good series.
Yeah. But this was happy one, yes, because we started there with better results. But in Turkey, it was first situation where we had a little bit more time to understand, to meet each other, and to speak about everything. And I'm happy that we can speak now in a little bit more relaxing atmosphere. Yes.
Mr., how you feel after this season? Because it was very tough season for you, most especially when you come. We have been in 10 points difference to Barrage, and finally we are in first league because of your work. How you feel now at the end of season?
It's not only about me, it's about the club. I always say that this is not my success, this is success of my staff, of the players, of everybody who work in the club, and this is mine. When we win together. When we lose lose together. But okay, when we lose, it's the coach, it's always guilty. This is normal everywhere in the world, but I am happy because of everybody. It's easier, and I feel like that I don't know how many hundreds of kilograms on my back, and now everything it's much better. From the first day when I came, I felt what I felt it's a big responsibility, because this is big club, and you have to be very serious, and you need to take care about many things, not only on the pitch but also off the pitch. And it was so many tough situations, with some unexpected injuries, with some goals what we conceded in the last moment, with some results. It was really many things, but now when we reach our objective, and finally when Dinamo stay in the league, I'm proud about that, because it wasn't easy.
There were a lot of things that happened in the last 6 months. We will go through some of the key moments that we think that were during this period. But I have a curiosity I have to ask. Before the last game of the playout, before the game against Utah, did you really believe that we can remain in the fight to obtain the place to play against Chuk?
All my family and people close to me, they know that I believed 100%, and I didn't want to believe in other scenario, because every other scenario for myself, for the club, it will be. I just didn't want to think about other scenario, and all this period, I know that I gave everything, and that I tried to put in all these difficult moments as much positivity in the team is what have been possible. And also, if I didn't believe it's no way that we will win the game against Utah, because if the players feel that the head coach not believing that, it's impossible to have this mentality, and this will be the worst scenario. If, for example, all other results were good for us and we didn't the game, this was completely, I don't want to think about that. And I believed we had the focus only about the game. We had maximum tactical preparation, motivational part. All players were motivated. We entered the game very well. And finally, what I don't like to separate, like, of course, this is last round, but it's for every team. It's not easy for Voluntari to beat Cluj at home, because Cluj was also motivated win the game. And all this against, I don't know, it's not easy to go in Galați and win the game. Doesn't matter, is it fifth round, 17th round, or last round? And when I saw the games, I knew that we will have some chance, but we need to do our job.
Before play out, we have a very good period. After Constanța, because we talk about that interview in Constanța, after Constanța was a very good period, and something looks that happened in play out. I mean, we lose first game, and after that, the result was not so good like before. I mean, in play out, what happened in that period?
Okay, first I will go a little bit back. Yeah. I try to explain. When we finished in December, our first training was 3rd of January in Turkey, and we had only 17 days. This was for me, it was personally very tough because I had the players which were working hard. They gave something for Dinamo, but we also know that we need to bring some other players to have some more quality in the team. And because of this Romanian league rules, where you have number of foreigners, in that period, we must make some termination of the contracts with the players who was part of the team. We had like synergy. We were together. We win these last games in Botoșani and voluntary at home before the Christmas. And for me, this was very tough decisions. After that, the players what we signed, most of them, they didn't go through preseason with us. They came later, and most of them, they didn't play on a regular basis in their clubs, and they needed time for adaptation, to put them in the good shape physically, to make the tactical part, to understand each other, to put these 11 persons in one team, plus substitutions and all these guys. And we entered this part of the season with 3 games what we lost. Okay, we had good game against Rapid. It was good game for us, and we had opportunities to win the game. And after that, when you lose 3 first game, everything is questionable. Why is that? Why we didn't leave these players? Why we bring these players? It's many questions, and this is something what I understand. And after that, we finally found some connection. We play good football with a lot of intensity, with a lot of energy, and finally with the quality, because we were very stable defensively. Offensively, we had some very good moments. And first negative thing was before Hermannstadt game, because in that week we had it was some kind of, I don't know, virus. We had many sick players, and we were not in the good shape for Hermannstadt game. And I felt like in Sibiu, this was for me one of the worst moments from the moment I came in Dinamo. How many supporters came? What energy they gave from the stands? And Hermannstadt for us was like, I don't know, Arsenal, Manchester City. We couldn't do. We were 0. And after that, we had this break. And for me, it was very, very important game against Petrolul. This was for me, it was so important game. And this is another thing, this decision to play without supporters, because we can say that we play good football against Uta at home when we win 1-0 or Hermannstadt 1-0, but I cannot be sure. But without support of our fans in Arc de Triomphe, when second half Hermannstadt and Uta take a lot of risk, when we were defending, you feel this energy from the stands give you something more to survive, to fight, to go to win this game. And against Petrolul, we didn't have this support from the stands, respect about the kids, young, but you know that it's not the same.
It's different completely.
It's different. And we conceded this goal. We can again speak. I never speak about if some referee make good decision, bad decision, but I think that somebody counted in this season. A lot of these decisions were, let's say, we can speak about them. And one of these decisions was this penalty in the last minute against Petrolul, where we didn't win the game. And from that moment, I felt like that we lost our momentum and that we need to fight again for everything where we were, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago, that everything what we built, all this positivity that somehow is going from our hands. And yes, after all these games, you know, in Oțelul, you concede the goal against Oțelul in Galați in the last moment, in Cluj in the last moment, against Craiova 1948 in the last moment, you know, and nothing of these goals don't have like that you say, okay, all goals are from set pieces. We were not prepared for set pieces. It's coaching mistake. But one goal is from our corner kick transition. Second goal, it's from the, I don't know, shoot outside. Third one, it's from the cross. Fourth, it's and you felt that the team feel more and more unsecure.
Frustrated.
Because pressure is getting, it's bigger and bigger because the end of the season is coming, and you can feel that that we have some quality, that we can play against these teams, that we in some moments can play good football. But you know, when you feel this lot of pressure from everywhere, sorry, I have to understand also the players, because they are not robots. They also have their feelings, their emotions. They worry about the things, and you know, it was many things, and because of all of these situations, finally now I'm so happy and I'm proud about these guys, because really it wasn't easy.
I have to ask, because you mentioned, and it was a talking point during this period, because it was, I must admit, very tough for us also, because of all of the drama that we lost so many points in extra time. You mentioned the games, and I have to ask, why do you think it happened this way? And what do you think about the fact that some of the fans and football experts said that it was more like Dinamo went to a defensive stance, because we should have go forward for the second goal to close the game? And how do you see the reasoning because of the multitude of goals that we conceded in the last moments of the games?
Okay, before the answer, I have to explain. I never prepared the game to play for a draw. We never said in the half time, listen, we have 1-0, stay a little bit behind. Never. It was always, we have this result or that result, just have a focus for another 45 minutes, what to do tactically to keep this level what we have, or to improve this level. But if you see many clubs, this is mentality. Few minutes before the end of the game, just, you know, unconsciously, okay, we have 1-0, just take it stable. And in opposite way, opponent, they don't have nothing to lose. They just put, when you are coach, and if you are losing 1-0 10 minutes before the end of the game, you will put 3-4 strikers. I don't know how much you have on the bench. You will try with long balls, I don't know, against Craiova 1948, they put also central defenders up, they try with long balls, and it's in these moments, the players, it's normally to try to be like more compact, to don't give them crosses or something like that. But for me, when I analyze all these situations, it's about level of focus, level of concentration in that moments. And for sure, we were a little bit unlucky in some of these situations, because I don't like to speak about the luck, but
I know, yeah.
many teams have to feel to be under pressure last few moments, and somebody miss, somebody do this, somebody do. But in that moments, everything was like all our mistakes, we got punished. And it's not about that we were unlucky that somebody scored from 35 meters. This was our mistakes, but our mistakes, what we did, it was on the for me of the level, like about the pressure, about the momentum, and to keep what we have. But never was idea like let's stay behind and only defend, because this is not the way how you can win the games.
Mr. I want to ask you about a sensible problem. Ricardo Grigore tells about the game against Voluntar, and after that game, it was a rumor in Vestiar, which appear also in press, that you train just titulars, not reserve. And as we saw in Turkey, is not true, because you train all the players same. What happened? Why do you think appear these rumors?
No, I can understand the players, because you was in the Turkey, and you saw everything. And in Turkey we had these friendly games where I got my conclusions, idea how to play, what to do. But also this, when you bring some other players, they need to adapt, and you, more than usual, you need to work on tactical part, on some patterns, how to implement your idea, your style, your everything. But what is important? It's important that every player went through the same exercises. If one moment these guys defend, other guys they attack, and then the roles are changed. And for me, it was important, because the club was in this situation, to try to get this to connect first 11 the much as possible. But also in every moment I was analyzing every player, what is he doing on the pitch, what he can give for the team. For example, I don't know, Antonio Bordușanu, he wasn't part of my, let's say, idea in some moments when I came in Dinamo. He was injured, so on, and he deserved to play. For example, I feel sorry about some young players, brother Siremia and all this, because I like to give chance to these players, but in every game was so big pressure. And then when you see, okay, I have these players on the bench, they have I don't know how many games in their legs, it's better to go with the players with more experience in these tough moments, because pressure is high. And then if you put somebody who is 17 years old in this kind of pressure, from the psychologically, it's not the best idea. And I can understand that the players felt in the some moments things like that, but I'm sure that every player which really want to understand what I'm asking for from him individually, team play, tactically, and everything, that every player could improve in this process of work with me.
I I have to ask, because I must tell you that a lot of fans were disappointed of how Dinamo looked in the last game against Chuk. It was a bit unexpected the way that Dinamo played. Do you think that the players could not connect to the match? What do you think that some of them were thinking about the end of the season? Do you think that they felt that it was already won? Why do you think that Dinamo looked so bad, I must admit, in the last game against Chuk?
Yeah. Okay, it's important after the game against Utah. Our energy was very high, and we play home game very well. Okay, we had this 2-0, and we have clear chances from Politik, from Pavicic, from Ricci Grigore. Milano hits the post. Second half, two big chances Hakim, and two big chances Bani. This is 2 goals plus 8 very good chances, and we had some very good moments in that game. After that, the season was very long, and most of the players who enter from the second division in the first, they had only, I don't know, a few days off. In December, it was only few days off, and many of our players was in this period, many of them was their contract is expiring. They didn't know anything about the future, because how you can discuss about the future? You don't know if you will stay in the league, if you will not stay in the league. Most of them, they were waiting to go home, but this is not something that player don't want, and that player it's not focused, but it wasn't easy to stay completely focused. And in some moment, you know, it's mentality. It's not only about the players. Every person which I see, okay, you have this easy game, you win 2-0, but in the opposite way, I was watching with my assistants these games what Cixereda play at home, and they are at home and away, they are not the same team. And in home games, they had a lot of good games, and the games they win against this team who win the cup at home.
Corvino.
It was very good game. You know, they have some, and if you are not on your maximum, you immediately can start with the problems. And I was trying to explain how tough the game in front of us will be, you know, but we were not 100% concentrated, and I saw from the first second with mistakes what we are doing that we will not play good match, and that we only have to survive this game. And this game, how we play, this is not how Dinamo should play. This is not DNA of Dinamo. This is nobody wants to watch performance like this, and I understand all critic, and I have to accept them.
Yeah. Regarding the season in front of us, what's your objective for this next season?
But I think that, okay, everybody knows what is Dinamo. Everybody knows how many trophies Dinamo won in the history, how important was in the Europe, how many supporters follow. We know what is Dinamo for ex-players, for everybody, and this is something what is fact. Also, fact is that Dinamo have big problems last 4 years, and that the club struggling a lot, and that it was in December was like that. Who is this crazy guy who is coming in these situations? It's not possible to say when everybody speak about the low level of quality of the players, how many how long time the club didn't win the game, that this was one of the worst records in the history about the scoring goals, and so on. This is something what we cannot forget, that behind us, I hope behind us, it's one longer tough period. It's I will not say it's impossible, but it's very tough to expect after these 4 years that we will go like I don't know, to make miracle again. We need to give everything to bring stability to the club, to make our performance much better. And what is my personal objective, and what I was speaking with club officials, it's to give everything to fight for the playoff.
Yeah, it's what we see in goals about
this is when we speak about objective, about results. Now we can speak about the style of play, about the quality of game, about the which quality of players we can bring in the club and sign. This is other. But when we speak about results, I see the club fighting for that positions.
Because you mentioned the style of play, and I have a curiosity, because you used a lot of the system with 3 central defenders. Because of the problems that you had in the team, you had to rerun to use 2 in the last few games because of the injuries and the problems. Moving forward, what will be the system that you want to use the most? Do you think to use like a 4-3-3 or 3-5-2? What do you think?
First of all, I have to say that before I came, I study. I watched the games of Dinamo, and I saw idea of the previous coach Ovidio Burka, and I have to say one more time, I already said, but I really respect everything what he did for the club, because he took the club in the 2nd division also in the tough moment. He make a promotion with the team, and for sure he gave his best in the 1st division. And I saw that this team was built to play with 3 at the back. They had in all period with Ovidio, they had some games they played with 3, they played with 4, but normally structure was more with 3. And I didn't want to go too far away from that. We bring Velkovsky because he can be this central defender, which can be like playmaker from defensive line to start build up and from the back. And in some moments we were good in that situations. When we had these injuries in defensive line with Edgar Rie, with Velkovsky, and we finally put Joshua on the central defender. When Razvan was injured, we played with Ricci. For me, both formations, if you see now European clubs, many clubs play with 3, and they play a really excellent offensive football, and it's no difference. It's about the players. It's about the idea of the coach. But what I found about Dinamo and how fans see the football, and how I feel all these emotions, that it will be much easier to connect all energy around the team if we play with the 4. And I will see. Depends which players we will sign, what quality. But main idea will be to play with 4. But it depends which players we will sign, who will stay at the club, and how the team will react. But normally it's not so big difference about 3 at the back or 4 at the back. It's much more about idea how to create the space, how to move the ball, how to enter free spaces. If you play with 3 or 4, it's not so big difference.
I have one curiosity because you talk about Velkovsky, and I know that it was a declaration for Andrei Nicolescu that he tried to keep him on the team. Do you want him, or what is his situation?
But Dare is good player. He okay, as every player in this period, he had some problems also, but he gave a lot for this team. He stabilized us. He bring us many options in offensive organization from the back. But we need to speak with Dare like every other player, which we want to keep in the club, because he will for sure have some other options, and we need to sit. I think that he will play now some friendly game for his national team, and after that we will know more.
From an offensive standpoint, it was a disappointing season. We did not manage to score a lot of goals. There were a lot of discussion. Some blamed the striker, some blamed the fact that they did not receive enough chances from our midfielders. How do you see this situation, the lack of goals that Dinamo had in this season?
Again, I can compare until the moment I came, and after that we improved and we scored more goals, but still we didn't score, about the expectations, about how we want to play, and it's always the truth is in the middle. For me, the defensive part start from the strikers, and the offensive part start from goalkeeper and our defenders. We had some situations and some games, for example, in Oțelul, in Galația against Oțelul. Most of our passes was back. We create something. We came with the ball to the midfield, and we again bring the ball back, and we were not dangerous in the third part of the pitch, but also in Iași. We play, for me, very, very good game. We had, 3, 4, 5 clear chances. We didn't score, and it's tough to say it's because of this reason or that reason. It's always a mix of many situations. Some games we didn't play offensively how we want to play, how we train, how was our idea, and sometimes you need to ask something opponent, because we have our idea, but also opponent have something to play. Some teams play with higher intensity, better duel, and they are more compact, and it's much more difficult to bring the ball in the third part of the pitch in the box and to create something. But what I said, in some games we miss some clear chances.
Another question, because when you come to Dinamo, you find some players, you bring some players good in winter time, but now it's a real chance to build this again, because in summertime it's much more easy to find players than in winter time.
Yes.
How many players do you think that Dinamo needs to reach the goal? I mean, the goal of points and to fight for the playoff.
I was speaking with our officials at the club. We have our idea first. We need to discuss with the players which finished the season, to see which players will stay, and after that we will decide about the number of players. You said about Velkovsky, Edgar Ie. If they don't stay, of course we need Ricci was here. We need to bring the players in our defensive line. Also Pavicic, he was on on loan. Dani is not anymore with us, and we will need in every line, we need the players. And what is important for me, we all the time speak about the Romanian players and foreigner players. For me, it's not, how to say, it's not easy to understand. I know that Dinamo is a Romanian club, that everybody want to see domestic players, but you have also to understand that I was personally calling in the winter some Romanian players, and they didn't want to come because they didn't want to take the risk to be relegated with Dinamo. And it's not about just one way, Kopic put or bring foreigner players. This is just not true. And it's always about what we can sign. If we can find really quality, like personality, energy, football quality, and everything, Romanian players, of course, it's much better option than to bring foreigner player. But at the end of the day, we need to find the players which will make Dinamo better club and better team.
Yeah, I think also the quality is the first important thing, not nationality. Quality is more important.
But okay, if you compare with some other clubs, like the biggest part of the players should be domestic players, and if they are Dinamo players from academy, it's even better for everybody. But we need to be realistic to see where we are at the moment. Can we compare with some other clubs, and which profile of players we can sign?
You mentioned in the last press conference that a few players came to Dinamo from the scouting department. I have to ask, it is my curiosity and probably for some of the fans, how does the process work? Do you ask for a certain position, you give some indication of what you are looking for, the profile of the players? Do you have a list then that you choose from? And to continue on this, what are the qualities that Zeljko Kopic is looking for a player that he wants to bring in the club for the 24-25 season?
Okay, when I came in the club, still the part of the club, an important part of the club, was sporting director Gabriel Glavan, and he make his club's scouting system, and I was speaking with him a lot, and I think that he makes some. I don't know how they build the team and everything, but with Mr. Ovidiu, they try everything to make Dinamo better, and this scouting system was something what they were working on for a longer period of time. And when I came, they explained me how they work, that they have a lot of people in different countries which they are following the games, players, and so on. And they had some ideas about the positions. And I have to say that through this scouting system, there are recommendations of some of the players, some of very good players, and we were in contact with them through the winter. But these players just didn't want to come. Everybody, when they saw in position on the table, they didn't want to take the risk. Second was a process of insolvency, because many of them were afraid, Romania, club, financial, this, that. And third part, it's also many people, they don't know about Romanian league, about how this looks like, and this is why we signed some players so late, because we were in the contact with some other players. We were waiting for them, for their their decisions, but finally they didn't accept to come. At the end, finally, this scouting system, they had some good recommendations and some good players on the list.
So you ask for them some. You need like a center back or a right back, and they give you a list of players that
Yes, they
you
had some
can.
idea. I told them after my analysis of the situation, about the positions, about the idea how we want to play. I gave them idea. Okay, everybody wants to have I don't know, Joško Gvardiol in the team. To win everything, every aerial duel, to be fast and to take the ball and to score. But this is not realistic. But for me, it's important defensively. If we speak about, I don't know, central defender, it's of course it's important to be strong in the duels, that can win aerial duel, that can win the duel on the ground, and then plus quality, because we want to play offensive football that can give us some offensive qualities. And for all of these positions we were discussing, I explained what I want, but finally these players which we were in the contact, it was difficult to bring them in the club at that moment.
And last thing, you will use moving forward the system, the scouting system, also for this transfer period and the recommendation of players.
But we had two scenarios. One scenario, people, because I don't know, I see that in Romania, this is something for me a little bit different or strange. Many people speak about the things which they don't know what is going on, because I'm not person who will speak about every situation or answer to everybody. We had all this period two scenarios. First, if we stay in the league, and second, if we don't stay. Nobody wanted to think about the option B, if we don't stay. But officials, they still need to have some plan, and to think what will be the steps if we don't stay. All of us, we were believing in this, that we will stay, and we were already in the same time I was doing preparation for the games, for the trainings, but at the same time we were communicated about the sorry, about the futures, which position we will looking for, and this process actually never stopped, because all of these guys, they need to watch the players, they need to bring some names on the table, and when the moment comes, and the moment it's now, to have some options. And I can say that at the moment we have plenty of options, plenty of players, but it's again about what we really want. We need to have balance between domestic Romanian players and foreigners, and it's also about financial part. We need to understand how much we can invest for every single player.
Mr. I will joke a bit, because I see a few days ago on Facebook, on Dinamo Facebook, one image with a player which scored more goals on Dinamo, and it was a maximum goals was 8 for one players. In the future, can we see one player which scored more than 8 goals? Because we laugh. Why we laugh? Because we have great strikers on Dinamo before, which scored 20 goals, 25 goals per season. And now we see with 8. And we said, what is this 8 goal one season? Can we find this kind of players? in the future.
But this is one of the problems of Dinamo at the moment, because I feel like that we are on a roundabout, because people and ex-players of Dinamo and they watch Dinamo from that perspective, where we need to have a striker who will kill the league, score 25 goals, and to be top goal scorer. I had in many of my teams, I don't know, Adam Nemec in Papos was first goal scorer. Antoine Barouan in Botevan, in that period when I was there, he was the best goal scorer. I don't know, Petkovic in Dinamo, or these guys. I had top strikers, and I want to have in my team the striker who will be top, and that everybody will say, as Dinamo finally have a striker which is really what Dinamo needs. Okay, at the moment we have also here Hakim. It's here. We have Asis Selmani who got injured, and we will see in this period about the options. I cannot speak now for which position and what we are looking for, but of course we want to be the team which will score much more goals than what we did until now.
You have a strong staff. I think it was the most that I saw in a staff in Dinamo since ever. Will there be any changes there? People I know that are leaving, or do you want to bring some people new in your staff?
But for some people also expiring the contracts, and also our officials have to discuss and to see about the future, and every individual to make decisions together. What is important for me that in this period, this staff with the players all together, that we make what was the most important for the club. We remained in the league, and for me, in football, it's completely normal that I don't know, the coaches, players, they are leaving, somebody is coming, but this one, let's say, cyclus, it's finished, and now we will see how we will start preseason for the next season.
And regarding the preseason, did you manage to finalize the details? Where do you see the training camp? Do you have an update on the location? Do you have any friendly games that you have in mind, or a number of friendly games to play in the preseason?
Okay, we will start 10th of June in Savtika with all medical checks. After that, in the afternoon, we will have training. We have a complete schedule. We know which dates we want to play friendly games, but still we are in discussions about the options where we will go for pre-season. We will stay there 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks before the championship start, we will come to Bucharest. About friendly games also we have dates, but we need to confirm all opponents, and but until the pre-season start, everything will be ready. This is also some of the things which you couldn't make all preparation to organize everything before you officially stay in the first league.
Mr. Regarding supporters, how you feel in this period, Dinamo supporters?
I know that Dinamo have a lot of supporters, that energy, but also level of pressure is high. When I came, I saw that it wasn't so many supporters in that moments on the stadium, and everybody was worried and disappointed and so on. After that, with some good results, we had again big support. We have a lot of energy from the fans. Also, I have to say that these kind of situations when we came in some different cities in Cluj and I don't know few other options, how they was waiting for us to meet us to have a little bit of chat. This is amazing. This is like true love, and this is what may make me more like motivated, and responsibility and everything put you on the maximum level to achieve the goals. In one moment, they were angry, they were disappointed, they were worried about the future of the club. And at the end of the day, they show in this qualification round, it was more than 30,000 people. And I understand if we will play a good football, we will have and some good results, we will have amazing support. But also I understand that after all these years that they cannot wait for I don't know how long, that they want to see something good on the pitch, something good from Dinamo. And I think this is normal, and I really appreciate all support and everything what they gave to us. And this is why I said this, if we speak about success for Dinamo to stay in the league, I think this is not, it should not be normal discussion to speak about success for Dinamo to stay in the league. But at the moment, for a situation like this, that we did it all together, and they were important part of this.
A more personal question. What do you think is the most important lesson that Zeljko Kopic learned this season? And what do you think you as a coach need to improve for the next season?
But for me, it was, when you work in some different countries, you think that it will not be like big problem to adapt to everything. But Romanian league, especially Dinamo Bucharest as a club, and especially this situation where we were all this period, it was new experience for me. And I have to say that I think that I improve myself in some things, because I think that I put myself on the maximum level of everything in this tough moments, to stay calm, to not lose stability, to keep everything under control how much I can. And of course, I have to improve some things with the team, and to find the right balance how we want to play. And what I said, for me, I'm not happy with the number of minutes what I gave to young players. And also I think that, again, because of these many things, some of the players could make bigger individual improvement, because the main focus was to make the team, and to have the team which can be on the good level for these all important games. But in period in front of us, we need to concentrate more as well for the individual improvement of our players, especially young players.
Thank you very much.
One last question. What will you do in the next few days after such an exhausting season? You have some, I don't know, maybe some time for you, your family, to go on a vacation, short vacation, or just work?
No, we are together, and let's say we are not in Bucharest. We are on vacation, but I'm all the time online, and we are talking about the players, about the schedule of the preseason. It's everyday work because we just don't have time to be relaxed and to forget about the football for some period of time. We are just not in this kind of situation, and we need to work a lot in this period before the preseason start to make everything for the preparation and to be ready from the first game of the new season.
Thank you very much, Mister, for granting us this interview, for taking time from your schedule to talk with us, and good luck in everything that we'll do in the next few months. Thank you.
Yes, thanks. And you see that you also helped. If we will again have some tough moments, we have to make interview like before
Exactly.
game and change